but really this is just update of existing. So we put that in. Our last assessment date was May 1st. Let's now say September 1st. Changes the dates. Last time we still had expected spend of 91 million with 1.5 spent. Times past we spent a little bit more. Let's $2.5 million we've spent, and our schedule hasn't changed. However, we've been able to find out we've had a little bit more float than we thought. Then what we do is we go through the 50 questions of multiple choice. The first one is commercial terms with client or end user. Last time we talked, we had confirmed volumes, product mix, and quality specs and reliability. Guess what? We've started contractual documents, and with that, we've updated our business case. So we go through the 50 questions, and they're multiple choice, and we answer them all. I'm going to scroll down, and here's some fun ones for the mining industry for you guys. Our feedstock isn't a gas or a liquid, it's a solid. And guess what? This project feedstock is not pure, well-known, statistical in control. It's to have some variability. And by the way, since last time we assessed this, rather than just being a key internal project, this has moved over to become a joint venture. And so we change those questions, and it's easy as that. The risk register. The risk register has the answers from last time we answered this, so we're just going to get rid of those. And what we do is we open up our risk register. We filter just to our project-specific projects, and we are going to copy and paste all of our project-specific risks. And paste that as values, and it goes in. And then we get the other half of our risk register, which is our cost and schedule impacts. Copy and paste that out of our risk register into our systemic project-specific tool. Now the project-specific tool will let us do correlations. We can let us do correlations for probability, cost, and schedule. Each correlation can be its own. Let's just pretend we have yes for probability correlation on that one, and yes for probability correlation for that one. So two risks are correlated in their probabilities. So we go into that and we say, hey, guess what? We need data. And it's a 0.7 correlation, so they're positively correlated, and they're only correlated to those ones. As you can see, the tool admits 50 project-specific risks. You're never ever going to need that many, but it does that many. Once we've done that, we're ready to run the tool. So we go to our output page. We have Microsoft at risk, or Palisade at risk already running. We're going to do 1,000 simulations. That's not enough, but it's fairly quick. And we start our simulation. At risk is going to go through its thinking process. Calculating, loading inputs, calculating. Now let's start seeing that graph, and it's running. This is simulation as we show, right? And now it's done. Ta-da, that fast. Then we can see our outputs. We can see that contingency as a percentage of remaining costs happens to be 9%. The P10, P50, mean P90. Some nice pictures. As you can see, it's a little bit wobbly in this green, probably because we didn't run enough iterations. And you can see the same kind of data for the schedule outputs. Again, we can see a big shift here between our project in green and other standard projects, probably because we have some overwhelming schedule risks. So let's look at that. So in our existing risks, it will spit out our top risks in terms of impacts, and it will tell you and flag them in red whenever they are overwhelming risks. That means they use up a lot of contingency, and if this risk occurs, you probably won't have enough contingency, so maybe taking the P50 is not a good idea. And it does the same for schedules, and as we can see, we got some big scheduler risks, 441% at worst case scenario, 56, 56. You know what? Those are going to screw up our schedule contingencies if we let them run. They're overwhelming risks. And then finally, we have curve outputs, because the risk register and the systemic tool are designed to work together. And what we can do is we copy all this data from the project-specific parametric tool, and we paste it back into our risk register on the contingency tab. Let's paste values. And those values go in, and what happens is our dashboard is updated. As simple as that. And it gives us our cost range, our probability range, and graphs. And that is how quick and easy the parametric process can be. Hope you enjoyed things.